people on the left openly say to you that they support the Islamic regime there?
They're blind to that fact. They're blind to the fact which a 50-year-old man in Iran cannot drink a 9-year-old wine, but can marry a 9-year-old child. They're blind to this fact because of Western derangement syndrome. I describe Western derangement syndrome as the idea that any regime which is against the West automatically gains the moral high ground. It doesn't matter if 9-year-olds can get married. It doesn't matter if gay people would be killed in that regime. The only thing that matters for the leftists is that they fight against capitalism, they fight against the West. And that is the same case in Iran. They are against the West, and it is enough for the leftists to support them. And then any other thing, they find it as useless details. It's their own culture. Let them live like that. Okay, when it comes to a barbaric culture, like the Islamic Republic, you say, let them have their own culture. But when it comes to Western culture, it suddenly becomes racist, it suddenly becomes colonialist. Why do these double standards exist? I can't understand this.
A lot of the coverage, if the minimal coverage has been in the BBC and other organisations like that, has focused on the fact that it's the cost of living which Iranians are protesting. Whereas when I speak to people like you normally mention the repression of the regime and the Islamic system. So as someone who is Iranian, who has lived there his whole life, what is getting people so riled up over there?
This is a big lie, that it's because of cost of living. It's because of affordability crisis. They should answer one simple question. If it's because of economics, why people in the streets, the most conservative part of the society, the bazaar, is saying, God save the king? They're saying Javid Shah, which means God save the king. Why they're saying this? Why they're saying death to Khamenei? Why they're saying, this is a slogan in Iran, no to Gaza, no to Lebanon, I will give my life for Iran. They're not tired of the economic situation only. They are tired of the anti-Western ideology of the Islamic Republic. They're tired of their taxpayer money going to finance terrorist groups all around the Middle East. They're tired of women mandatory hijab. They're tired of everything. They're tired of that regime.
Why do you think that the BBC won't just say that? Is there a bias there?
It is a bias there. Because it doesn't fit the narrative. The narrative which they want to say is, it is their own culture. If the Islamic Republic is oppressive, it's because the people want that. But this is not the reality. Do you know what the Iranian people call BBC? Iranian people in Iran have a big campaign calling BBC Ayatollah BBC.